Hey, welcome to Alban Acres. It's the end of March here. It's a Friday afternoon, and we have enjoyed 2 wonderful weeks of extremely hot weather. The chickens are absolutely loving their time out in the yard, pecking away. But with this heat, it's about time we transition their coop from winter mode back into summer mode. We cover up all their vents and stuff so that they don't get cold in the winter time. We're going to go ahead and get their fan plugged back in with their thermostat and their fan right here so that they don't have to sweat to death while they sleep at night. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get that done, and then we're going to be doing a garden tour today. So stick around. With the coop already set and ready to go, we're going to go ahead and head over to the garden. And it is just unbelievable how much growth we've seen over the last 2 weeks. Look at these potatoes. Those things are standing almost 2 feet tall. It's crazy.
But what's funny to me is if you look at the bottom down here, you can see the area the chickens can reach because all those leaves have been pecked at.
Yeah, they've done a good job policing any overgrowth from the fence. Let's go ahead and head inside and check out what we got. So usually our garden tours begin with the potatoes, and like I said, look at how much these have absolutely grown up, and it is really cool. I was looking in here the other day how nice and cool and shaded it is under here, and hopefully there's some potatoes growing under that ground, but this is really cool right here. We've actually started to see some flower buds on these, so these potatoes will be flowering soon. So, and if we get success like we did last year, we hopefully will pull a lot of potatoes out of this bed. We've got a couple experiments over here that you guys probably haven't seen yet. We pulled a couple blueberry plants from our friends in Mississippi. And
Halcombe Commons?
Yep, Halcombe Commons, a little shout out there. A couple of them look like they might actually make it. Some of them not so much.
Well, these are the ones that were there when we got them out of the ground, but there are green ones growing. See, like that's new.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
So it's like the leaves that were already there died, but there's new leaves coming in on almost all these plants.
Yeah. So they might make it. We might have blueberries. So this blueberry doesn't look like it's doing much of anything. We'll still wait.
I don't think it is. I'm about to move that water.
And then we have this grape here that
Did you notice all this?
Yeah, it's growing out. But this grape is just, starting to take over. 2 weeks, and this thing has just decided that it is time. And we are already starting to see flowers and grapes, but we're gonna have to start tucking these around the fence and start guiding where we want to go. We were a little worried about how much to cut it back early on in the season, but it looks like we probably could have trimmed it a little bit more because this is going to get overgrown real fast. We have a lot of shoots coming out of it. So
it'll be good. Good for jelly.
It will be good. So we do have a new grape plant that we acquired from Walmart. I don't remember the exact type, but I think it's a seedless red grape, I think.
Yeah, was it not Concord?
No, it wasn't Concord. I knew it wasn't Concord, but I don't know. We'll be surprised. We always are. We never plan these things out. We have the pumpkins are starting to show their true leaves, and those will probably start taking off here any minute. And we got 2 sunflowers here that are starting to go skyward, so we'll be anxious to see how those go. Moving on to the squash bed.
We need to thin them.
Yeah, we have probably about 6 plants in here, and this bed is probably only big enough for one of them.
We have 8.
Only big enough for one. Yeah, and we have 8, so we're probably going to have to rehome or relocate or just absolutely get rid of some of these. Our green onions are barely poking through here. I have some others that are growing in on the inside, so I don't know what we need to do for green onions. This is the first time we've ever tried. But moving on down, we got some green beans here. But the green beans are starting to take off, and some dollar weeds that need to be pulled out of there. We come through periodically and remove as many weeds as we can. Moving on down, we got the jalapeno peppers are starting to tower up. Doing pretty good here. Their neighbors, the bell peppers, are starting to put on a couple flowers. And I'm probably going to have to put some sort of stake or something there to get them more supported, because when they start setting fruit, those are going to be pretty heavy and weighed down. The habanero peppers are starting to come out of the soil here.
So my question, though, would be to you guys is, what could we do differently with these habaneros down here? Because they really haven't gotten too much bigger since we put them in the ground. And peppers like warm, so we live in Florida, so they're nice and warm, but their sister plants up here in the black bucket have done much better and are much bigger. So I don't know if you guys have any suggestions as to what either we've done wrong or what we can do to help these guys out. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I think just kind of waiting on them. But like she said, the peppers in the buckets are doing much, much better. If you just look, they're looking real nice and healthy, very strong. They don't look like they're going to be falling anytime soon. And if you look here, we already got some flowers forming on these ones here, some jalapenos. So won't be long now before we start seeing some of that. All right, and as we move on down here, we got some, oops, let me get my out of the sunshine there. As we move along here, we can see that we got our basil starting to take off a little bit of yellowing on the leaves. So I don't know if it's already getting too warm for it or if it needs nitrogen, not sure. But we have this dill plant that has just decided to show its face, and it's getting crazy. I'm sure that will be unwieldy here in just a few moments. I'm very proud of the rosemary here.
Yeah, we've never been able to grow rosemary before, so the fact that any of it sprouted is a huge success for us.
Yeah, I've tried for years and years and years to start rosemary from seed, and this is the first year I've been successful. So we got some thyme going on here. This is last year's plant, looking fantastic, and this one was seeded this year. And for those of you that don't know, thyme is my favorite herb. So I'm gonna pan over here and look at these raspberry bushes. Get out of the sunlight there. And those are just starting to take off and branch out. Like that's a brand new branch there. Just those are gonna be going crazy here before long. We got the green stalk with the strawberries. They are looking pretty good.
Yeah, and we did end up losing two. Not exactly sure why, because there's nothing different in that one or the other one that we lost, which I'm not exactly sure where it's at. But it's here somewhere. We lost, oh, here it is. We lost this one here too, and not exactly sure why. They all get the same amount of water. Oh, I'm sorry, we lost, oh wait, no, that's probably the same one. But the rest of them are doing fantastic. About to shoot off some runners. Getting nice and big. Another rosemary. Here's our mystery plant still. If you guys know what this is, drop us a comment about what you think that might be, because we're still not sure. Doesn't look like a weed though.
No, it could be though. Because we're all new to this. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, we are. This dill plant is also taking off.
Yeah.
Lots of new growth in there.
So that's
Thyme's
crazy.
doing good. Both of our thyme plants over here are doing pretty well. Nice and big. So very pleased with the green stalk this year, because even our rosemary is doing well in this too.
Yep, can't wait for some strawberries through that. All right, so let's go ahead and turn our attention to the tomatoes. We have these 6 plants right here are planted along with some marigolds that you can see right there. Planted along, we have them in this sturdier cage, just trying to get them to grow up through the corners there, and they're starting to get much higher. Not seeing any flowers on these yet, but I'm sure it won't be long before they start popping out. Got a really nice marigold there kicking off. So we got the melons are starting to show their true leaves. Those won't take long before they start going up and start trellising over, along with the cucumbers here. And
our plan is for them to trellis up over this in our archway. And we have some in the other bed over there that'll do the exact same thing to hopefully have this covered before the end of the summer.
Yep, and it looks like the melons and the cucumbers on this side are doing much better than the ones over there, which is funny because last year the ones on the other side did much better. So
Yeah.
we don't know what we're doing. So these tomatoes here are starting to get a little overgrown. The Florida weave system, when we first started out, was almost to the top of it, and you can see we've got another 8 inches of growth easy. So we're going to come in here with another line and get those starting to trellis down. But before we do that, I really want to go under here and take out all these lower leaves. So like anything that's going to be lower than about this height right here, we want to take those out so that they can be growing faster. Like all these little ones here, all that needs to be removed.
We do have flowers.
So, oh, we do have flowers. Oh yeah, look at there. Man, it's starting, guys. It's coming.
There's flowers there too, it looks like. On that one. At least that looks, maybe not, maybe it is a leaf.
No, it looks like it's starting to be flowers. Look at us sitting here. We're just looking at our tomatoes. We're excited. So we're going to go ahead and trim up these tomato plants real quick. So you guys hang tight while we take care of that. That didn't take long. So let's go ahead and move further down the bed. And Marie decided that she wanted to fill this space here with some radishes and got a little excited.
It got windy.
Yeah, it got a little excited on the dumping of the seeds. So we're going to have to probably go through and thin these out. And we have never done this before, so we're just going to learn together. I don't know if we're going to just pick the ones out or try to move them.
No, I think we just...
You just want to pick them out?
Yeah. Let's do this.
All right.
It's like they're pulling all of them, though. Like I pulled that one.
So do you think we should...
like he's loose now.
Well, we're going to water him back in. Well, we're going to figure this out, so stand by. All right, we ended up with a whole pile of picked radishes. We're just going to go give these to the chickens. It was about this time that Marie had to go inside and prepare for a women's group at church. So I went back to the garden and added another layer to the Florida weave. As the plants grow up, you have to keep adding layer by layer until the plants get to their max height. It only takes a couple minutes for each row, despite what people may think in the comment section, and it really is no trouble at all. I did end each row with a modified trucker's hitch to add extra tension to each line. All in all, I have high hopes for this year's Florida weave. Thank you guys so much for the support that you've shown in our previous videos. Your support and likes and comments encourage us to keep going and making more and more videos, so for that we say thank you. Now, let's wrap up this garden tour. All right, well, that's pretty much all we got for you today. I do appreciate you following us along with working in the garden, with this garden tour. It's been amazing to see how many or how big everything has gotten in just 2 weeks. And now that we're heading into April, I'm sure everything is just going to be moving faster and faster and faster. So it's going to be a lot of good times, a lot of hard work, and It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks for coming. If you like what we're doing here and you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you just like what we're doing, hit that like button. If you think we're doing everything all wrong, because we probably are, go ahead and leave a comment. So bye for now. Yeah, bye for now from Alban Acres.
Bye.
Bye. Wait, I wanted to show you my seedlings. Anyway, we went ahead and planted a lot more calendula and zinnias because we want to grow a flower garden in the front of the house. As you can see, we went a little overboard with all of our seeding, and I have a lot of plants that are going to be ready in just a couple weeks. We do have some green onions popping off here, as well as some more marigolds. I have some oregano that is ready to go, as well as some carnations. The parsley is barely making it on, but the cilantro has absolutely taken off. And I have one more pumpkin just in case we need it, but I don't think we will. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Now back to the end of the video.